My career as in the show jumping really was like most everybody. We do equitation a little bit, but 9 and 10 years old, I was into junior jumpers. And that's basically what my stepfather had. He had some horses, and we would go to Winter Haven and do that, and get out of school on Friday afternoon and go over for the weekend. And little Stevie and Joe would go over there and do junior jumpers. My early on was with Gene Mish, and it was my introduction to this industry. And Gene happened to be a judge at one of our local horse shows that my dad and I loaded up to go to. And Gene at that time was looking to replace Rodney Jenkins, who was his rider at Fairfield Farms. He saw myself on a little roan horse, strawberry roan horse that my dad and I were showing in either the junior hunters or junior jumpers, I don't remember now. But he asked somebody at the show, who's the boy on the strawberry roan horse? And he said, that's Joe Sincata's kid. So he says, well, I want to meet him after the show's over. And sure enough, Gene and Joe got together, and he said, well, I would like for your boy to do some riding for me. And the first thing out of my dad's mouth was, he says, well, you got to ask his mother. So believe it or not, Gene came home with us. He was so serious that he got in his car. When we left the horse show, we drove from the show back to our house so he could ask my mother if I could come and do some riding for him. And we went every summer. I went on the tour immediately. And then every weekend leading up to that, I would leave school Friday afternoon, get in a car, drive from here to Lake City, ride 15 or 16 horses a day. So it was a true experience to really getting a lot of riding in and really learning. Gene taught me everything that I do know in this sport about riding and becoming a horseman. He really taught me all the ins and outs about being a horseman, and I really owe it to him. Well, this is where it all started for me in 1965. This is the field and where Gene and I trained our horses. This is where Houdini and I schooled to go to the Gold Cup and everything. This water jump. First thing we built when we put the barn foundation went in, the water jump got built. So you don't go to the horse show and learn to jump the water at the horse show. You learn it at home. So we had our own water jump back in 1965. I even have a grob over here on the other side in case they had a horse show with a grob. I think the fanciest hunter that I had the experience of riding was Touch the Sun. This horse went on not to be just a champion with me, but I know it went to 2 other owners as it went through its sales and purchases, was champion everywhere with the same people. So that's the sign of a true champion. That can be a champion with someone else. A young rider coming up, he always has the dream that they want to go to the team and they want to be a team member and everything. And so in 1970, I had my opportunity. I did one of the screening trials that we went to. My most favorite horse in the jumpers then was Toy Soldier. As time went on, we had the American Gold Cup. Jerry Baker again was involved with it. He put a lot of work into bringing the Grand Prix out in the United States, I would say. And then he and Gene kind of got together and said, well, let's bring it to Tampa. Let's take it from a horse show and move it into a stadium. Let's have a stadium event. We need to do this for the audience. Lo and behold, we had it in Tampa, and I won it on a horse called Houdini. Probably in the late 70s, there was a need that Gene kind of really wanted to, because he was really starting to get into the promotion of events now. And this is where the AGA was born. He wanted to put a tour together. He wanted to put a series together, whether it be East versus West, North versus South, whatever. If it was going to be 4 teams, they wanted to do something like that. So the AGA was a huge factor in my riding career, because I was right there in the midst of it. I was, had some premier horses to show and compete with. So, but of course we had to deal with Rodney Jenkins and Idle Dice, My goodness, it was, anybody that played in sport, if Rodney was there, if he didn't beat you with quality, he beat you with quantity. So, that's my mentor is Rodney. I mean, I think the world of him, and to me there was nobody better. As the AGA developed, it was going to take sponsorship, and then we had corporate sponsors that they were working with and trying to get going. As a course designer, I'm thinking, how do we take care of the sponsor? How do we get in the sponsor in the right position on the field? And give it the right look and have it all the exposure? So I really learned as a rider, as to my career now that I call as a course designer, is what do you do with a sponsor? How do you protect and look after a sponsor? And that came from riding. This piece really brings back old memories, because this was in the AGA Championships the year that I won it on VIP, and I really got to say that this is something I'll probably never forget. I owe a lot of my past experiences in the saddle to what I do on the Grand Prix field today. I never was afraid of jumping high, so I'm not afraid of jumping big fences. So everybody will probably tell you right off the bat, oh yeah, if Steve's doing it, it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna have some size to it. But I have a philosophy. I will not build a course that I will not ride. There's nothing better than being a course designer and having the hands-on experience and knowing what it feels like to go down at a pair of 5-foot verticals on a 5-stride or a possible 6-stride. What do I do, 5 or do I do 6? If you've sat in the saddle and you've had to figure it out, going down there at it, then when you build it, when I build it, I know what it feels like. I really do. I walk the line, I go, ooh, this is gonna be hard. Or, oh, this isn't gonna be so bad. They can add it up here and do whatever they want. If their horse is big stride, they'll just march right down here and do it. If he's not so big stride, they better think about adding up. But then the third element comes when you do that. What do you do after you accomplish that? The next piece of the puzzle is, now I have to go a short 6 strides to the water. Oh, my horse needs speed. I can't get speed if I add it up, because I'll be landing flat-footed and I can't run at it. So all of these, you start adding all of these little details, and you remember them. You remember what it felt like. You say, ooh, I've been in this boat before. My advice for our future of the sport with our up-and-coming riders, if you're going to be a career person at this, you need to be a horseman. You need to live spend the night with a horse. Spend the night in the barn. I don't care what. You just have to be there. You have to recognize signs. Has he got colic? Is he uncomfortable? Even a race car driver, he doesn't really mechanic his car, but he sure knows when it's not running well, and he knows how to fix it. He knows how to tell that mechanic what to do. So as the rider, you say, something's wrong. He tells the vet. The vet has to look and see where he's uncomfortable. Does he need acupuncture? Does he need adjusting? Does he just need some time off? That's where you have to know your horse. And you don't know your horse just by being a rider. You've got to be a horse person. A horseman will make a better player. My career has been really just a golden ride, and there's been so many people that have helped me through this career, riding, course designing, management and everything, and to receive this award tonight is like, it was a shock to me. I mean, I was really surprised, and I really can't thank everybody, because everybody it helps you. And you can't say thank you to everyone, because everyone that you've spoken to, everyone that you've touched, has helped you get here. And that's where I have to be tonight. I really want to thank everybody that's helped me along the way. No matter what you did for me, you did something for me that, you know, helped my career make it to where my golden ride.